Okay, those of you who know us know that there's always a project underfoot. And this is no different. Now that the garage is almost done, like 99%, Cameron is embarking on his next project of 2025, which is the build of another 3D printer. Why do you need more than one printer, you would ask? Oh, there are a lot of reasons. But Cameron, tell us what's happening here. I guess the first thing is to understand.
The first thing is to tell them what I'm building.
Oh, okay.
You just said a 3D printer.
Okay.
This is a Voron to...
A what?
A Voron.
Voron, okay.
Yes, a Voron 2. It's a open source 3D printer. There's a lot of them that have been built. People have been working on the designs for many years. And so this is mostly a kit, but a lot of upgrade parts. So I ordered from a company called West 3D. They're in Oregon. They sell 3D printer parts and they allow you to customize your kit. So I went online and customized my kit, and these are all the parts.
Okay, well, do you want to walk us through why there are little baby ducks here, which people might be noticing?
I don't know why there are ducks here. I think that they're probably the mascot for Big Tree Tech,
okay.
Which is a company that produced some of the parts that I'm using.
Okay.
And you'll notice a couple of ducks came with their parts, so I believe that's their thing.
And an octopus logo over here, and Galileo extruder over there.
Yeah, the octopus is the name of that board. It's the main controller board for the printer.
Okay, and that's this thing right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it holds all of the drivers for the stepper motors that control the printer.
Okay. And what's this stuff with the rocket on it? That's interesting.
So those are the hot ends. So I'm planning on doing multiple heads on this printer.
How many?
I think I can do 6. I need to measure and make sure how many I can fit. But right now I'm planning around 6.
Okay.
But I only have parts for 2 at the moment just to get started.
Okay.
So we can add the other heads later.
All right. And this is familiar. We have this on lots of things that you build.
Yeah, that's called drag chain. It contains the wires going to moving parts, so it helps protect wires as things move around.
Okay. And you said that these silver things are both power supplies.
Yep. So I believe this one is the 24-volt power supply. Actually, I'll probably get a little bit bigger one because when you have all of those heads, they take a lot of power. So this might actually be getting larger. And then I believe this is a 5-volt power supply.
Okay. So would you replace that big one, or would you add another to it?
I would replace it.
Okay.
And actually, I think I may already have one. So.
Okay. All right. So this is just to give people an idea of like how complex and how many parts are involved in doing a build like this. What's this stuff over here in this box?
So those are the stepper motors.
Oh, okay.
They move things around.
All right. And then you have extrusion, like this is going to be the frame of it, right? So the main color is going to be red?
Yep.
Okay. And then all of these other parts are, structure, right?
Well, these are the linear rails, so that's what all the parts like ride on and makes smooth motion.
Kind of like the gantry in the CO2 laser?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
In that box there, you can't see it, but there's a display that goes on the front. So
okay.
It'll give me information about what's going on and
all right.
allow me to control the printer.
And this orange thing?
And that's the heater to heat up the build plate depending on what materials that you're printing with. Some of them require the build plate to be heated so they stick better.
Okay.
So that's the heater for that.
All right. And talk to us about all these different honeycomb choices you have here.
So some of the parts for this printer have to be printed. You can order them, and you can order them printed or cut out of aluminum CNC, but I'll be printing my parts on my other printer. So I printed these out because I'm trying to decide the color scheme. So as was mentioned, the frame will be this red anodized aluminum.
Right, and this is a whole box of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I printed some various combinations of colors because there's kind of a primary color and a secondary color to a lot of these printed parts.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide which colors I want to use when I print those parts. So
All right.
I printed these out. Later I'll put the frame together and then I'll kind of look and see which one of those I think looks best.
Okay, we're gonna have to take some pictures of that to see. Now, I skipped over this, and I don't want to do that. Why don't you talk about this a little bit?
Okay, so this is a build plate for my current printer.
Okay.
It's a Prusa Mark III. And just showing the size difference between that printer and the printer that I'm building. So this gold piece is the build plate for the new printer. And you can see the difference in size between those two and how much bigger
That's pretty
this
significant.
printer is going to print. Yep.
I didn't think it would be this much bigger because I have poor spatial reasoning. But yeah, so that is going to enable you to build lots of things. But the irony about this build is that you're going to have to use this printer to build this printer. Yes?
Yes, it's actually somewhat common in this hobby to make parts for printers from printers.
Right. A little bit scammy, you know, like Mike.
It's not scammy at all. I
it's
didn't
not.
have to pay for those parts because I'm printing them. Otherwise, I would have to pay somebody for those parts.
Yes, I guess so. It's like, here, build your own, but pay us. Okay. So that happens.
Well, essentially, this is a custom kit, so it's
Yeah.
like I bought all the parts
I see.
separately.
Okay. So we have something over here. What is this?
So those are the various pieces of acrylic. So there's the
For the
side-
enclosure?
Yeah. So the side walls, like you see, there's some white in here. So the bottom, underneath the build plate will be white, and the back will be white, but it will be
Okay.
clear all around it.
Okay. Oh, and this says gantry on it.
Yes, there is a gantry in this printer, and these parts go on the back of that gantry to stiffen it up.
Okay. All right. So this build, how long do you think it will take you?
I'm going to say at least 2 months. I'll only be working on the weekends.
Right.
Mostly on the weekends, so I'd say probably 2 months, but maybe a little bit longer because there are some things I still haven't decided fully on. So as I go, I'll be making some decisions. and
Okay.
that might make it take longer.
All right. Well, there are other things that could make it take longer too.
Yes, I may have other things to work on.
And who might be assigning those things? We don't know. So, all right. So, is this kind of like your surgical tray before you start assembling your patient? Like you're building your...
No, I would not say it's a surgical tray because
No.
that's usually just the tools. These are all the parts. This actually is the thing that's going to
Okay.
be built.
So, remind me, I can't even remember. Did we build this island to be 8 feet or 10 feet? Is it 10 feet?
I believe it's 8 feet.
8 feet? Okay. Well, these are each 2 feet, I believe.
Would make it
24,
8 feet.
yeah, 8 feet. Okay. So this is 8 feet of parts, and the build begins in earnest today.
Yep.
You ready to go?
Yep.
All right, another project. Here we go.